Hello, welcome back to Drinking by My Shelf. My name is Emma and today I am teaming up with the other best/worst Emma on BookTube for the Love-Hate Challenge. So you may know, if you follow both myself and Emma Tobias, that we have had a love-hate relationship going on for quite some time. On the love side, I adore her, think she is one of the greatest people ever to have been born and walked this earth. On the hate side, we like to have a constant ongoing internet feud to get views. Lol, just joking, it's not for views, I really do hate her. So continuing with that theme, we have come up with the Love-Hate Challenge. We have both sent each other 2 books, 2 movies, and 2 songs. I counted that in such a weird order on my fingers. These are 1 book we love, 1 book we hate, 1 movie we love, 1 movie we hate, and 1 song we love, 1 song we hate. And the theme for all of these is romance. They're not all necessarily romance books, but they have love stories in them. I will put the link below to Emma's video so you can click through and go and see what options I sent her, but in this video I now have 1 week starting from tonight to read both books, watch both movies, listen to both songs and see if I can work out which ones she loves and which ones she hates. Okay, so let's see what Emma's options for me are. She has given me 2 books. Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey and Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina. I have heard of both of those books. I'm pretty certain I've heard good things about both of those books from people who read the romance genre a lot on BookTube. I am not somebody who reads romance very often at all. Basically my only experience with romance is I did a 24-hour romance readathon, which I will link to, which again was all Emma Tobias's fault. She gave me everything I had to read in that. So I don't know how I'm going to get on with these, but hopefully I will also love one, hate one, and it'll be the same as Emma's. For movies, she's given me the options Sweet Home Alabama and Definitely Maybe. Okay, interesting. I would have guessed, I have seen both of these movies before, and I would have guessed that Emma loves both of them. They both seem like so her kind of thing. So it's interesting that she hates one. I don't know which one it's going to be. I will say personally, I'm not a fan of Definitely Maybe, the movie. I just find it boring. I haven't seen it for a while, so I will rewatch it this week to get my thoughts on it, but I do remember last time I saw it being like, is this movie over already? Whereas I remember loving Sweet Home Alabama, but that one I watched even longer ago, like back when I was at school, so we're talking like 15 years ago probably since I saw that film. So I'm excited to rewatch both of those. Oh, so interesting, I wonder which one she hates. And then finally the songs she's given me are Missing You by Tyler Hilton and Hey Soul Sister by Train. Okay, I know Hey Soul Sister. I can't picture what Missing You is, although I can't hear it in my head. Okay, I've never heard this song before in my life, so I'm going to have to listen to that a few times through before I get a good idea of what I feel about the song. Sounded pretty so far. Hey Soul Sister is a song I do know very well. I can imagine she might hate that one. I feel like it's quite a hateable song, maybe just because it's like so overplayed and a bit cheesy, but I personally do like that song. So far I'm thinking maybe that's going to be the one that she hates, but what I'm going to do is throughout this week I'm going to listen to both of those songs loads and loads of times all week, and then by the end maybe one of them I'll be so sick of and I'll think that's the one that she hates. Okay, time to go see if I can get my hands on both of those books. Hopefully both of those movies are on Netflix, because then I can have a cozy Sunday movie night this evening, and I'll catch up with you as I get on through the week. Okay, I didn't end up watching a movie. I've just finished editing all the videos I needed to do for this week, and it's now 9 p.m. I'm a little granny in terms of my bedtimes anyway, and tonight I am just so exhausted. I didn't sleep a ton last night, so I'm too tired to start watching a whole ass movie right now, because how long a movie is, like 2 hours? That would make it 11. I plan to be fully asleep way before 11, so I'm not going to watch a movie, but I am going to snuggle in bed right now. Yes, I know, it's only 9, I'm getting into bed right now, deal with it, and start reading one of the books. My clock clearly showing how early I am in bed right now. So judging these books solely by the covers, I'm predicting that Fix Her Up is going to be the good one, just because that cover looks cooler, whereas the Josh and Hazel cover, this looks like something I would have borrowed from the library when I was 11, and I would have loved it, but I have no interest in it right now. So there's my snap shallow judgment, is that Fix Her Up is going to be the good one and Josh and Hazel is going to be the bad one. But let's find out. I'm going to start with Fix Her Up because I'm too tired to read a book that I think is going to be annoying. Okay, yeah, already loving this. I'm like 5 fucking seconds in and already the main character cannot stop talking about how much she loves watching porn and masturbating. You go, girl. Me, Hippo, and my book have headed to the park, but why? Tell me why. On the hottest day we've had in weeks, I am wearing long sleeves. I have a love-hate relationship with myself right now. I've been listening to both songs on repeat all day and I am sticking with my guess. My throat just made the weirdest noise. As I said, I'm sticking with my guess. The Tyler Hilton one I think is really nice. I think Emma will love that one. And I still like Hey Soul Sister. I think it's a banger, but I also can see it's a really annoying song, so I think she hates that one. Oh hey, I can't remember when I last filmed, but it is now the end of Tuesday night. And I read in bed last night up until I got to the first sex scene, and I have to say I'm really enjoying this book, but the sex scene was not sexy at all. I was like not into all of the like dirty talk. It wasn't even dirty talk, it was just like weirdly aggressive talk. It was a lot. But I kept reading today. I went and worked at Sophie's house today. I haven't filmed anything all day, have I? I went and worked at Sophie's house, which was really nice because I was so bored of being by myself all day. So I read on my commute, and yeah, I'm really enjoying the book. It's a lot of fun. I'm definitely in the like 3-star kind of territory with it, because some of it is just so cringy, but when I can float above my body and stop cringing, then I really enjoy it. The main guy character is just like very angsty. He's very like, I'm the worst, and I think that's what made him do all of the like in your face sex talk, which the main girls seem to love. So you know what, good for her, have fun with it. I just like to read about like sweet boys being sweet, you know, not all these like problem children. Here's something I will say irritates me in all romance books that I read, is when the characters are so clearly into each other, and still we hear them each being like, oh, they would never fancy me, they clearly don't like me. And like, even when all of their reactions to things are so clearly motivated by having a crush on the other person or having feelings for the other person, they're like, oh, I don't know why he suddenly acted weird, he must not like me. And it's like, why are you also oblivious? It's so obvious. It's so obvious. Okay, another note this morning on Fix Her Up, because I was just reading the book on my Kindle while walking around the park with Hippo, and I realised it's really creeping me out that Travis, who's the guy, calls Georgie baby girl. That's like his sexy name that he uses for her. And I noticed that's what I call Hippo. And I was like, why does it keep freaking me out that he's calling her baby girl? That's so not sexy to me. And then like without even thinking, I like called Hippo and was like, come on baby girl. And then I was like, oh my god, that's what I always call her. That's why it's freaking me out. It's not a sexy name, it's a dog name. I've hurt my leg, I think from go-karting. I hurt my back go-karting, and now I think it's spasming down my leg. Either way, my leg is hurt, so the point of that is I'm not going to give Hippo her second walk this lunchtime. I'm just going to stare at her cruelly across the room while I sit on the sofa and read my book. Win for me! Loser! She wagged her tail at that. I'm so sorry. I made a risotto. It looks delish, and we're gonna watch Sweet Home. Delish. Thank you so much. Sweet Home Alabama. I don't remember anything about this movie except that someone's gonna go, so I can kiss you anytime I like. Maybe twice, maybe at the beginning, and then that's the grand finale of the movie. Goodbye!
So I can kiss you anytime I want.
Told you! I'm zoomed in really close in your face now. Okay, here's my thoughts on the movie. Oh, it's the best movie I've ever seen. Audrey's been sleeping through it. It is ridiculous, but I also like freaking loved it. So I can kiss you anytime I want.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's Reese Witherspoon. What else do you expect?
Start to finish, delight. But I'm glad I don't live in Pigeon Creek with that catfish festival.
Yeah, she didn't warm to the...
It didn't look nice.
To the southern folk.
But her wedding dress was almost exactly the same as mine.
Yeah.
Good taste, Reese. And she's a clothes designer.
Ultimate compliment. Reese Witherspoon in Home Sweet Alabama thinks my dress was pretty.
Like Home Sweet Alabama. Home Sweet Alabama.
What is that?
Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh, Home Sweet Alabama. Home Sweet Alabama.
So I can kiss you anytime I want. My prediction is that's going to be the movie that Emma liked, because that was a really good movie. So I can kiss you anytime I want. Okay, me and Hippo are going to be circling this park until I finish this book. We're not allowed home until it's finished. So I was enjoying this book at first, but the more I read, the more it is really starting to irritate me. Like, firstly, the sex scenes are really just like grossing me out. I hate everything about them. I hate the way they talk to each other during it. It's all just gross. But also now I'm what, like 86% of the way through, so we're coming to the big conflict, and it's just used my like absolute least favourite, most irritating trope of when the conflict is caused by some very easily resolved misunderstanding that no one even tries to. It's like you overhear one thing, and whereas a normal human adult would be like, oh, what did you mean by that? And then it would be easily fixed. Instead they're like, oh my god, I can't believe all this time you really thought this, la la la, run away. It's just boring. Just talk to each other. I realised I totally forgot to update you. I did finish the book on my walk this morning, and yeah, it was fine. No more thoughts beyond what I already shared with you. Like, I was having fun at the beginning, but then I just lost interest, really. It was just like, it was all of the tropes that I didn't really care about. I probably would have liked it as like a fun rom-com if it was a movie, but I felt meh. I felt distinctly meh. But I give it like a 3. Almost want to go down to a 2, but that seems harsh because it was perfectly readable. But I am nervous now because I still think, I'm still basing this solely on my judgment of the covers. Based on the covers, I still think that this is going to be the one that Emma loves, because the other one, the cover looks absolute shit. So I'm quite nervous that this one's going to be even worse. A reading experience for me. So now I'm going to try and convince Hippo to come back to my lap. She was sitting so cutely on my lap until I got the camera out, and then of course she ran away, classic. I'm going to try and convince her to come back and sit on my lap, and then I will start Josh and Hazel's guide to not dating. See you on the other side of that. I am maybe 20 seconds into this book and I already have to interrupt to say, wow, I think I'm going to be wrong about everything. I think I already love this one. Judgy McJudgeson over here. I mean, fingers crossed, touch wood. There's no wood anywhere near me. We will see what happens. But so far I'm already enjoying this more. This main character that we're hearing from, Hazel, is hilarious. I'm relating to her so much more. So the character in the last book was a girl called Georgie, and she was fine. But she was like a 23-year-old who was completely obsessed with like settling down, having kids. So I was just like, already don't relate, children fucking terrify me. She also was like cliche, inexperienced, naive heroine in a romance book. I'm not really the right person to say that because I haven't actually read enough romance novels to know if that's cliche or not. But just from my very probably wrong perception, it kind of played into it. I'm not really interested in reading about a character who is 23, that like all goofy, clumsy, never even kissed anyone before my whole life, but it turns out I'm just like naturally beautiful, and underneath all the baggy clothes I always wear, oh my god, I've got like a banging fucking body. Why does my Siri keep thinking I'm talking to her? Babe, I'm not talking to you. What was I doing? I was bitching about Georgie from the first book. She just like, she was not like me in any way. I didn't relate to her in any way, and I didn't care. Whereas this girl, I've met her for 20 seconds and she's already like got so drunk at a party that she takes her top off and throws up on someone's shoes. And I'm like, now we're talking. That's how I spend my weekends, you know, not just like planning all the future children I'm gonna have and also effortlessly having a perfect ass. Who is she? I am very much enjoying this book. I read it for a long time last night. It's now Friday, middle of the day. I've just finished work for the weekend, which is great. And I've got like 3 or 4 videos I need to film for this channel now. But I'm like, I want to race through them because I want to get to be free so that I can keep reading this book. I'm just loving it. I really like the main character. She's like completely bizarre. But I like that it's kind of a subversion of the manic pixie dream girl trope. Croaking my way through that sentence. Yeah, the main character Hazel is like really eccentric, like really captivating, but she really subverts the way characters like that are often used, because she gets really fed up with the fact that guys like get really excited about the idea of dating this like wild girl, but then after a few weeks they then expect her to like settle down and be a regular cool girlfriend, and she's like, but I wasn't doing this as an act to make their lives more fun. This is who I am, this is my personality, I'm not gonna like tone it down for them or hammer up for them. And I just really like that, kind of subverting the idea that the cool wild girl exists to bring the guy to life. It's like, no, she just exists as who she is. It's cool. What a great book. Wow, my snap judgments based on the covers could not be any more wrong. Also, now that I don't know what Emma's preference actually is going to be, but now that I think Emma is going to say she preferred this one, I feel like I can reevaluate Fix Her Up. Even in my own head, I think I was holding back from not liking it because I thought it was supposed to be the good one, so I was like trying to see the positive, trying to be optimistic, but now compared to this, I realised like, yeah, that book sucked. Okay, I finished Josh and Hazel in bed last night and I loved it. It was so much fun. I didn't like love the ending. It felt a little bit cheesy and it kind of like, I'm not going to spoil what happened, but something came in like really last minute that I wasn't expecting and that changed, like shifted a lot of the dynamics. So that felt a bit like sudden and jarring, and then the resolution of that felt a little bit cheesy, but I didn't mind because I was invested at that point. I cared so much about these characters. This book had a different format. It didn't have that typical like lovely building, massive big conflict, sadness, resolution. It was just more of like a real life, like that's what happens. Things go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they're moving along a path. I just really enjoyed it. So I hope that was also the one that Emma loved. I'm trying to think what I know about Emma's taste to decide if I think she would have the same preference as me on those books. Because Fix Her Up, while I didn't enjoy it, it is fun and quirky, and Emma is fun and quirky, so it's possible she would have liked that one better because it's kind of cozier. That one was more of the like small town vibes. The main character is a children's clown. Like it has that very cozy setting, which I know Emma enjoys, which I think Emma enjoys. Oh, this is actually a hard decision. I don't feel like I can fully predict the answer here. Hey Archie, what's your favourite movie? Is it definitely maybe? Because you said it was your favourite movie once.
Yeah.
You said it was your favourite movie.
Favorite. Yeah.
Absolute favourite.
Yeah. I mean, above all else, like in every category.
Are you trying to make yourself sound cool? It's your favourite movie. It's okay, babe. You can have a favourite movie.
It is not my favourite anymore. You know, you kind of grow out of things.
But it was your favourite movie once.
Yeah. I mean, Ryan Reynolds. How can you go wrong?
Yeah. What are you playing right now?
It's called Rust.
Archie's playing a game called Rust. Archie's a nerd and his favourite movie is definitely Maybe. I fell asleep watching the movie last night, obviously. So I'm going to finish it now. I'm just connecting it to the proper TV so that I can snuggle in. Might even light some candles and like make it a proper cozy Sunday morning. Okay, I finished. Here's the thing. I think that was an entirely shit movie. Sorry, RJ, I know it's your favourite movie. So it is now time for me to make my predictions. I have Emma's answers right here. She sent me a video. I haven't watched it yet, so I need to finalise my predictions before I see the real answers. And I honestly am a little stumped. So let's start with the movies, because I was just watching this. I personally didn't like Definitely Maybe at all. I felt like it was very soulless to me. Like I didn't connect with any of the characters. I don't enjoy Abigail Breslin's role in that. Like I never enjoy the overly cutesy, let's use a kid to make it sweet thing. And it's basically, that movie was basically just How I Met Your Mother. Even down to like how it plays out. Just like her ears are appearing in the shot now. Okay, just moving that. Not that her ears aren't adorable, but they were slightly getting in my way. Yeah, even down to the way it plays out, it's basically How I Met Your Mother. It felt like very formulaic, just like a big studio trying to make a cute romantic Valentine's movie, and it just did nothing for me. However, it does have more of a like clever plot, I guess, than Sweet Home Alabama. Sweet Home Alabama, I also feel mixed on because, so RJ and I watched it together the other night and we like made fun of it the whole way through. There were so many points where we were just like, that is ridiculous, that is so annoying, but at the same time I loved the experience of watching it. I think because the characters were so much fun. Like they still sucked. Reese Witherspoon in that movie, her character's just like a fully awful person, but awful in such a fun way to watch. So I felt like that movie had a lot more heart and soul, even though it was like more ridiculous. For me, I connected more to it. But that doesn't mean that that will be the same for Emma. Who both managed to appear in shot again. It would be perfectly understandable to me if she preferred Definitely Maybe, but I'm gonna go with my heart. Why are you so keen to have your ears in the video? I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm gonna say that Emma will have the same preference as me. She's gonna prefer Sweet Home Alabama. That movie was a lot of fun. It was just, it felt like a lot warmer and more real, and you can't go wrong with Reese Witherspoon. I think that's the one she's gonna love, and I think she hates Definitely Maybe. Okay, shall we find out the answers? I'm so nervous. What if I'm wrong? Okay, Hippo, are you gonna shush while I watch this video? Okay, we're going in.
Hi, Emma. I'm a little buzzed. I had 2 White Claws. That's fun. Let's get to movies. So I chose Sweet Home Alabama and Definitely Maybe. I really, really don't like Definitely Maybe.
Yes!
The thing is, when I was younger, I thought maybe I did. I would watch it with my sister-in-law and she really liked it, and I just couldn't tell why I didn't like it, but now as an adult I really don't. Maybe it's because I find Abigail Breslin as a child like a little taxing. Maybe it's because I don't find Ryan Reynolds as a political consultant for Bill Clinton that charming. Maybe it's because I felt like he should have ended up with Rachel Weisz and he doesn't. I don't like it. It feels like a pretentious rom-com, which is the worst kind of rom-com. Which moves us in to Sweet Home Alabama. Yes, the guy character sucks, like all of them do. All of the guys' characters suck in this movie. But I love Reese Witherspoon. I love how small town it feels. I love that she got back to her roots by making this southern rom-com. We don't have that many of them that aren't tragedies like in a Nicholas Sparks way. I love the fact that she becomes like a rough and tumble girl when she goes back. I just think it's fun, and I like that she like has this mystical thing with him in lightning storms. Huge fan.
Yay! I'm so pleased we agree on that one. The songs is the only ones that I feel pretty certain on, so it's going to be funny if they're wrong. But I like both of those songs. I think they're both nice. I hadn't heard the Tyler Hilton one before, but I've been playing it a lot this week and I think it's really nice. And I was like, Hey Soul Sister, I think it's fun. However, I think Emma probably hates that song because it is very hateable, little ears. That song is very hateable, it is annoying, I just like it. Whereas I don't think you could hate the Tyler Hilton, it's just a pretty song. So I imagine she loves that one. I don't think anyone loves Hey Soul Sister, so I'd be surprised if she said she loves that one.
So I have Hey Soul Sister by Train, and I have Missing You by Tyler Hilton. So, I really abhor Hey Soul Sister. I've hated it since I was a teenager. I know that these things sometimes come back around and then we start to like them again, like Fireflies or like Smash Mouth, although not true much longer from their tweets.
Wait, what tweets? Remind me to look that up after this.
Hey Soul Sister, I think, is really bad, mostly for that lyric of kiss you on the left side of your brain, which I think is gross, especially in these unprecedented times that they possibly couldn't have known about back then. The second song that I love, Missing You by Tyler Hilton, is the corniest love song. And as a teenager, it really spoke to my melodramatic heart. It's from the One Tree Hill soundtrack. The first time I heard it was on that soundtrack. And it's so good.
I didn't watch One Tree Hill because I was a hardcore OC fan, and I felt like One Tree Hill was just competing with them.
It has an equally corny line, which is, I'm sending you a telegram, like a telegram to your soul. That's not it, but it's something with those words, but in a different syntactical order. Okay, so then finally, books. I'm genuinely so nervous about this.
When it comes to the books, again, I am torn. So I much preferred Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. However, I have kind of the same thing, which is that plot-wise, it was nowhere near as good. Fix Her Up has much more of a storyline. Josh and Hazel is kind of just like a mess, and I didn't really like the ending. So like story-wise, it wasn't as great. But again, character-wise, oh my goodness, Hippo, you are so needy this morning. Character-wise, which is what matters more to me, I much prefer Josh and Hazel. I was interested in those characters, which I didn't care about at all, either of the main leads in Fix Her Up. But again, it would be perfectly understandable and sensible if Emma preferred the book that had the better plot. And maybe she does like Georgie. Georgie was kind of, I can see how Georgie would be lovable to people. She's just like not my favourite kind of character. So I don't know which one she would like. Ooh. Okay, just for the sake of shaking things up from my preferences, I'm going to say that even though I preferred Josh and Hazel, I think Emma loved Fix Her Up and hated Josh and Hazel because she maybe thought that Hazel was just like too much of a manic pixie dream girl, kind of not like other girls character. I don't even know if I believe that. Ooh.
Okay, I really really had trouble picking books out because there's not a ton of romance that I really hate, but I remembered one that I do really hate. So the two that I chose was Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren and Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. I really hated Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey.
Okay, so I guessed wrong, but I'm still pleased because this is more fun because it means we agree.
I found it so weird. I normally love this trope of like crushes that get to like actually happen. I like baseball boys in books. I like the setting. I didn't even mind the main character, but I found it to be a very taxing experience to listen to this audiobook and consume this piece of media, and every time that he said baby girl, I wanted to cry. I really hated it. I thought it was twee. I thought the main character was babied way too much. I didn't feel like a connection to anything happening, and I really hated it. Meanwhile, Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating, I really enjoyed. I think Hazel feels like a real character. I felt like their relationship felt really real. I don't remember a single thing that happens because I read it a long time ago and it didn't stick with me.
And also because, like I said, nothing happens.
Were you right? Were you right? All right.
Okay, I'm really pleased with that result. So I was right on 2 out of 3. I was wrong on the 3rd, but it still feels like such a win because it means that we're in agreement, and now I can call her instantly. We're FaceTiming tomorrow and we can just talk the whole time about how great Hazel is as a character and how fucking weird him calling her baby girl was. This was the most fun ever. I did not have a love-hate relationship with this challenge. I just loved it. We are definitely going to do this again. We have planned to do this again with different genres. So I think next we might do thrillers, which is more my favorite genre. But leave a comment below if you have a particular genre you want us to swap our love-hate thoughts on. And of course, do go subscribe to Emma. She's the best. I will link to her channel below. Oh wait, and I also forgot to say, obviously go and watch Emma's version of this video because I sent her my thoughts as well. So I'll put that link in the description box. Go over and see if she guessed my preferences right. Okay, duh. I had such a fun time with this. I'm now gonna go put on the song Hey Soul Sister just to annoy Emma and dance around the room. See you guys soon, bye!